Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well, and welcome to Axial GT. Today we're reviewing Serious Sam 4, and I do need to interject something here. I did just finish watching the IGN review of Serious Sam 4, and man oh man, that poor youngin'. A few things they got right, but the premise and feel of the game is way off. It's no wonder why gamers think IGN sucks. They have kids with pimples reviewing games that, and from the sounds of it, have never played previous versions of the series, and do not have a clue what the series is about. Now I will break a little suspense. Is Serious Sam 4 the end-all be-all of Serious Sam experiences? No. It does have its issues, but also has moments where it shines. But before we get into it, be sure to subscribe for future Axial GT content. And if you liked the video and found it informative, click that little like button. It really helps out the channel. Okay, to understand Serious Sam 4, you really need to understand what makes Serious Sam great. The Serious Sam series was born in a world
before the dark times, before the
snowflakes. And sadly that's true. It's before political correctness and the snowflake generations. At its core, the series is about being a badass.
What the hell happened out there?
Stand down. I'm not going to court-martial you for assaulting a superior officer.
And our lead character is an alpha male badass. Plain and simple, with some corny one-liners peppered in.
What happened to you?
I got trapped under the statue of Uranus.
That doesn't look like my...
Let's not go there.
You're right, I can do better.
These games, albeit, do have a story, but it's not the focal point of the series. It's the gunplay. It's the mindless mowing down of enemies to give yourself that feel of badassedness. Okay, is that a word? Probably not, but it works, and you catch my drift. First we'll talk about the pros. Serious Sam 4 shines with its gunplay, the over-the-top mayhem, that feeling of accomplishment of ridding the world of hordes of enemies, all the while worrying about if you're running low on ammo, and taking out that last enemy with your last shotgun shell can really make you sweat bullets, pun intended. And the amount and variety of enemies is awesome. All the staples of the original games are here, like your headless kamikaze, a mainstay of the series, the werebull, scrapjack, mechanoids, and space mummies. So there are a plethora of enemies to tango with. And as for weapons, most will recognize the usual. Shotguns, machine guns, there's 19 different weapons to choose from, or at least variants of, and it will quickly remove all the enemies from an area. And speaking of areas, you're fighting in open and spacious maps, which is a good thing. I have found that most people, including myself, start off an area in Serious Sam running and gunning until either low on ammo or hordes become too numerous. Then at that point, you wind up playing the game in reverse. You run backward, shooting targets that are closest to you, hoping not to be overrun. There will be that tactic, or a lot of circle strafing. And I can't explain enough the fun the gameplay is. It really brings back memories. Now as far as story, the game is a prequel of sorts, taking place between the second and third installments, where Mental and his minions have taken over Earth in hopes of eradicating its human inhabitants, like it has done to all the other places in the universe. And it's up to Sam Stone and his group of misfit mercenaries to fight the onslaught. Simple premise. There is a bad guy, and you must stop said bad guy. Stories in Serious Sam games have always been weak. Well, maybe weak isn't a word. I'll say the stories are not the focal point, and have never been the reason for playing. They are almost written as an afterthought, and Crow Team knows this. They understand why people enjoy Serious Sam. So I'm not going to say this is necessarily a bad thing that the story is weak. It's just how these games are. Now with all that being said, it's not all roses and butterflies at the Sam Stone household. Now we will talk about the cons of the game. Serious Sam 4 does feel rushed, and maybe I shouldn't say feels. It was, and it's obvious. Certain areas are lacking, and are just not finished. The game had a lengthy development cycle, and has also been delayed numerous times, so a little more polish would have been expected. Some of the textures used for static objects are bland and unremarkable. Now I have heard of a lot of cutscenes having clipping issues, and I don't know if that was just before the patch, but I didn't have that issue after the patch. And I was really on the lookout for people's eyeballs. The wide-eyed, tweaked out look, that was very unbecoming. It really made it look strange. But like I said, this is after the patch, and while the eyes do look a little off, I didn't see it as that much of an issue. There is the problem on occasion where the AI seems quite dumb. While I'd say 95% of all the enemies in the game act and react the way they should, every now and then there are a few of them that take a stupid pill and run the wrong way, or don't react when you obliterate their friends, or they might even run into walls. But I will say through my multiple playthroughs of Serious Sam 4, this only happened a handful of times. There are multiple difficulties to choose from, so replayability is a go. On easy you can complete the game in about 10 to 11 hours, and that's even stopping to smell the roses. On normal it's about 14 to 15 hours. Admittedly on insane main difficulty, or hardest difficulty. I haven't beaten it yet, but I'm still playing to do just that. You'll definitely want to get used to dying when choosing this difficulty level. I also played this game on 3 different systems, and as I said earlier, after the patch. I would say it scales really well. From my 3700X with a 1080 Ti, and a system with a 3400G paired with a 1060, and my Asus TUF Gaming A15 with the 4800H and RTX 2060. I had no crashes whatsoever, and with only a slight minor hitching and lag on my laptop, the Asus A15. But about 50% of my playthrough was on my main gaming rig, the 3700X and 1080 Ti, and it played smooth as butter on 1440p. So in summary, what do I think about Serious Sam 4? Well, it does play great homage to the series of yesteryear, and the gunplay is fantastic. Really strikes that nostalgic feel of previous games. The game does have a few bugs and glitches that need addressing, but nothing really game-breaking. This 4th installment isn't innovative, in any sense of the word, and that might be its Achilles heel. The game is great from a perspective of a hardcore player of the Serious Sam series, but no steps to really innovate and bring in new players. And we all know this game is not Call of Duty or Battlefield, or even a Doom type shooter. Serious Sam does its own thing, and I'm afraid that without the evolution in the Sam series, this may be the last Serious Sam release. I hope I'm wrong, but I just feel that a few changes need to be made to bring in younger crowds, and hopefully not ruin the Serious Sam formula. So after all is said and done, I give Serious Sam 4 a 7 out of 10 for its nostalgic gunplay and feel. Crow Team captured the heart of what Serious Sam is. The unpolished and rushed aspects of the game, and lack of innovation, was its biggest detractors. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe for more game news and reviews. Oh, and smash that like button. Links to social media and Discord are in the description below. And until next time guys, I am out of here. You all have a good one.